Hi, welcome to my channel, Asitgets. My name is Asriel, and today I will be giving you guys a NoFap update. I can't even remember when my last NoFap video was uploaded, but it was a long time, so I figured I may as well just go ahead and give you an update and tell you guys how I have been. The last time I spoke about my NoFap journey, I told you guys that I have not had sex in little under a year, and now it has been officially a year and 4 months, going on 5 months strong, honestly. As far as the whole masturbating deal, I can't remember when I put that out, but I can tell you my last so-called slip up was 4 months ago. So, I have not had an orgasm or anything since then. However, I do have a confession, guys. Unfortunately, on my birthday, someone came over and offered me oral sex for nothing in return because, it's my birthday or whatever. And my dumbass said yes. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I got pressured into it, because I'm a grown-ass woman. You know what I'm saying? If I really want to say no and, make them leave, I could have done that. No, go, leave. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't. I just kind of, allowed myself to get swindled into it. It's like, hey, yeah, evil knows, oral sex is like a it's no longer a kryptonite, but, if someone offers me oral sex for nothing in return, it's like, my flesh was like, that's a win-win situation. What do you mean? You better catch that. What do you mean? It's not every day, someone hits you up and like, hey, can I give you oral sex for nothing in return? To my flesh is like, I'm taking that opportunity, and then it's always like it's always an internal battle between my spirit and my flesh. The spirit doesn't want it, but my flesh is like, come on, dude. And that's what it was on my birthday. It didn't happen the day of my birthday, the day after, but still, it was that battle, right then and there. It's like, oh my gosh. And then, in that moment, I was like, you know what? It's just oral sex. You know how your flesh talks you into doing things that you're not supposed to do. Your brain will, make sense of it all just to get what it wants. And that's what happened. I was like, you know what? I'll just start over with the whole oral sex thing and whatever. Just this one time. This will be the last time. Just simple fact, because, I wasn't sexually aroused. I wasn't horny or sexually frustrated or anything. I could have easily told him no and been okay. Been okay, seriously. To be honest, I really don't want to count that situation. Simple fact, because I did not have an orgasm, and to be honest, I tried to put myself in my flesh so that I could at least enjoy it. At least make it worth it, but I couldn't. I could not put myself into the flesh to even enjoy the oral sex. It's it was a battle. It was literally a battle between my flesh and spirit, between good and bad, And once I realized, not even 30 seconds in of me not being able to, mentally place myself in the spot that I want to at least enjoy it, make it worth it, and have an orgasm, I realized, dude, this is it. Dude, I will know. This will never happen again. This opportunity will be shut down forever. And, you know what I'm saying? Not forever, but until I find someone, worthy of, marrying and spending the rest of my life with and sharing myself with again. It's not going to happen. And essentially, long story short, I told him, I was like, I'm sorry, I can't come, I'm sorry. And they literally just got up and left. Literally got up and left. Said we were going to talk, and we have not talked, and that's probably just for the best. Literally, that's an awkward ass situation. Awkward. awkward. You know what I'm saying? I put myself in his shoes and try to think. It's like, that's gotta be awkward as fuck. Like, you literally just offered to give me oral sex for nothing in return, and you couldn't even make me orgasm. Like, not saying the guy skills was bad, because it wasn't, but because I have been more so living in the spirit. It's like, dude, I know what, no, you know what I'm saying? And even the crazy thing is, when I was receiving oral sex, I was hearing, evil spirits, like, come on, get into it. And then, like, essentially, before I got up and told him I couldn't orgasm, I heard crying. Like, I heard the demons literally cry. Simple fact, because they know, sexually transmitted demons are real. And obviously, I'm not saying this person was in on it. I don't know, maybe, who knows. But that demon was definitely using this person as an instrument in order to try to get inside of me. And once it realized that I would not move my consciousness into my flesh, aka emptying my body for it to be able to come inside of me, it realized game over in that department. Once it realized it was not going to be able to enter me, I even started talking shit to it while I was getting oral sex. I was like, dude, I'm not going to feel this pleasure that you want me to feel just so you can enter inside of me. Never again. And it cried. I literally heard crying. And shortly after, that's when I had to get up. I was like, dude, I'm sorry, because, yeah, it was just, I don't want to give too much, because then I'll be like gossiping, and I'm not trying to gossip. I'm just telling you my experience so that hopefully you'll be able to learn from it and get stronger on your journey of no fap. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, my birthday's in July, so it's been, yeah, unfortunately, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm upset. Simple fact, because before my birthday, it was, I haven't had oral sex in over a year, and now it's like I gotta fucking start over, and it hasn't even been 2 months yet. I'm very upset with myself. I'm not upset at the person. Hey, the person, made an offer. I said yes, boom. It wasn't sexual molestation, rape, or anything like that. I said yes. I consented when I knew I shouldn't have, and I've been beating myself up for it. But every day is a new day for your spirit. You're renewed, so it is what it is. And I lightweight don't even want to count it, because it's like, dude, I didn't even enjoy it. I didn't even come or anything like that. Like, what I'm saying? Can I just say it never happened? But anyways, I have to say, this journey, I feel strong, Now, I will say, last week, again, they tried to attack. Tried to, get me to masturbate. Because, unfortunately, for some of you, you have to understand, you can still get a demon inside of you, even by having sex with yourself. You're still opening yourself up for a demon to squeeze in and get inside of you. And no, demonic possession is not about foaming at the mouth and looking crazy. Demonic possession can be very, very subtle. It can look normal and you'll never know. But because, sex is like one of the easiest way for a demon to enter a human. There's other ways, but we're talking about sex right now. No matter if it is masturbating or with a partner, it's still sex, And so instead of sending someone to me like, hey, you want to fool around, or hey, you want to let me eat you out for nothing in return, or whatever, instead of that, I was getting erotic dreams. And I had two. The first one, like, unfortunately for both of them, I did not become lucid. However, I was lucid enough to know something wasn't right. Something is out of place. Something is not right. You know what I'm saying? It was basically like a plot, a little setup. And it was like, well, if we can't get her in the physical realm, let's see if we can get her in the astral realm or the dream realm, whatever you want to call it. A spiritual realm, however you want to call it, just in dreamland. Let's see if we can get her to do it out there. The first dream, I was like, immediately when I seen someone masturbating, I I looked past them. I was like, what is going on? Like, literally, I found myself in a restaurant and some random girl was literally on the table masturbating. And there was no one in the restaurant, and there was like 3 boys in the restaurant, and they were like, they didn't see her. They were just talking, and like it was normal. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I was like trying to listen to the boys, what they were talking about. I was literally trying to figure out, like, why is this normal? And then I ran into the bathroom and I prayed. I was like, God, forgive me. I knew I was in a place that I was not supposed to be in, and I knew in that moment I was being tempted. So I prayed, and right when I prayed, in the dream, I'm ashamed to say it, in that dream I ended up masturbating. Okay, I was not lucid. I did not do it with my own consciousness, but in that dream, being that I was asleep watching what was going on, I ended up succumbing to the temptation of masturbating. Simple fact, because there's someone masturbating right there in front of my face. You know what I'm saying? There's a female masturbating. Therefore, of course, you know, that was the temptation right then and there. She's masturbating. She's feel great. Why don't you masturbate so you can get that same feeling? In the middle of that, I did not, like, I woke up. Like, only for, like, it was like, I right when I began to touch myself, I just woke up out of it. It's like, oh, no. Because, I don't know, I guess sex is just different in the dream world. Like, dude, you just initiate in just like 2 seconds, you have an orgasm. And that's what that was. Is like, as soon as I went to touch myself, it was like I was starting to have an orgasm. And I literally woke up out of my sleep. And I was pissed off. I was so fucking pissed off. Like, it took a while for me to forgive myself, simple fact, because it's like, damn, here it is. I'm practicing to become lucid in my dreams so that I can control my dreams. I can control my dream self. But here it is. I couldn't control that. Why didn't I wake up in that dream? Why didn't I stop it? Why didn't I become lucid and told that female, hey, get up. What are you doing? What are you doing? Get up. This is inappropriate. But I was asleep in that dream. You know what I'm saying? That's how bad dreams happen, because, you know, you're asleep. You're like in a movie. You know, you're sleepwalking. You don't know what's going on. But when you become lucid, you control it. You shut that shit down, you know? And I was very angry about that. I was like, damn, did I masturbate? You know what I'm saying? But to my conclusion, no. Simple because I was not fully lucid. I was lucid enough to know that something wasn't right, and to know that I did something wrong, and to know to pray to the Creator to try to fix it. However, temptation, that seed was already inside of me, and I just, you know how it is for some of you guys know what that is. You know, you try not to masturbate, you don't want to touch yourself, but in that moment of time, it's like that urge just become strong towards the point your brain just tell you, like, dude, you are going to be tortured until you release yourself. Why don't you just release? And truth be told, to be honest, before I even had that dream, I heard a voice say, she needs to nut. Literally, like, I'm not fucking lying. I wish I was making this up. I wish I was bullshitting you in order to try to entertain you, but I'm not. This is real. This really happened. This was a setup by the minions, the fallen angels. You know what I'm saying? And I woke up very pissed, very angry. But I had to forgive myself and remind myself, like, hey, you weren't lucid. You know, this was just, you know, a setup. Let it go. You have not masturbated in 4 months. You have not slipped out in 4 months. Keep that. You know? And then I had my second dream, which is crazy. I dropped in a dream and someone asked me something. I don't remember the question, but it was sex. I found myself having sexual relations with a female in that bed. Like, right when I dropped in that room, I was like, well, I'll do this. And then I started having sex with the girl. Now this, I was not lucid at all. I was not semi-lucid. This was just a movie being played. You know what I'm saying? I had no control over that. Simple fact, because if I would have became lucid, I would have stopped it, and tried to figure out how the fuck am I here? Why am I here? What is going on? Now, so we're having sex or whatever. Now, right before I have an orgasm, I stop. I do believe right there in that moment, I became semi-lucid, semi-conscious, because I was like, whoa, this is wrong. What am I doing? In that moment of me stopping, I look up and I see 4 people in the corner of the room watching. Like, literally, like they were studying, notebooks, taking notes, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I stopped, and they were like, why did you stop? And I told them, I was like, I can't nut. I can't have an orgasm. And they, like, started smiling, like, why not? And that's when I woke up. That day when I had that dream, dude, I was battling not to masturbate. I was literally scared to take a shower. I kid you fucking not. I'm not happy to say this, but I was literally scared to take a shower. Why? Because, part of taking a shower, you gotta touch yourself down there to clean her properly. And I know that's my weak spot. You know what I'm saying? In the shower, cleaning her up, like, oh damn. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I gotta run the fuck out that shower. Like that. Sometimes, like, come get in, do what you gotta do, and run the fuck up out of there. Simple fact, because it just take one small little wrong touch, and then here it is, you failed and you masturbated. That's what happened 4 months ago, honestly. But yeah, I haven't had an urge that strong since the last time I masturbated, literally. And I'm talking sweating, like just fighting. And I was just, in that moment of time, of course, connecting with the spirit, trying to cling onto the spirit, get out of the flesh, because obviously that dream, and we already had sexual relations in that dream when I was asleep. And, like I said, when you dream, you still feel things like it's real. You still taste things. Everything is still real. So, of course, when I'm having sex with this woman, I'm sexually aroused in my sleep. In my dream, while having sex with this woman, I'm still aroused. No, I didn't have an orgasm. I at least had enough sense, even in my sleep, to stop it. But still, that seed of temptation was already implanted inside of me for when I wake up. Hopefully, they thought I was going to masturbate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might as well finish it off. You had sex, and you waking up with blue balls, basically, hypothetically speaking. And I did. I was hurting down there, like, fuck. You know what I'm saying? But guess who overcame it? Guess who still took a shower and did not even think about masturbating? Now, I'll have to say I didn't take a shower as soon as I wanted to. I wanted to take a shower, as soon as I woke up, but I couldn't. I had to wait until the evening after I calmed down, after I beat that temptation of masturbating. I had to. I knew good damn well if I would have hopped in that shower in that morning the way I was supposed to, I knew I was going to step up and have an orgasm in that shower. Simple fact, because the urge was that strong. That seed of temptation was already implanted within me for when I wake up to carry it out by those fallen angels. However, I beat that. I'm not even gonna lie. I gave myself a high five and a pat on the back, because when I get that sort of strong urge, it's like, forget it. I'm gonna be tortured with this urge until I masturbate and have an orgasm. That moment in that time, I had to prove to myself that, hey, I can beat this urge and get out of temptation without having to masturbate. I had to teach myself that. Simple fact, because in the beginning of my NoFap journey and before my NoFap journey, I used to literally believe and feel like, oh my gosh, if I'm over here sweating and I'm hurting for release, then I'm going to be like this forever until I release, aka have an orgasm. I used to really believe in that stupidity. But after that day, oh, it's nothing now. It's on now. It's temporary. I'll take the pain of that temptation, you know what I'm saying? But I'ma beat it. And truth be told, I feel spiritually stronger I really do. I feel spiritually stronger for passing that test, because the fallen angels literally set that up for me to fail. And truth be told, those two dreams happened less than a week apart. So I know I was being tried and attacked. I know. I'm really gonna say she needs to nut, aka she needs to lose some of her life force energy so that we can continue to try to manipulate her the way that we used to in the past. Right now, she has none of us inside of her. We need to find a new way to fix up a Trojan horse to get up inside of her so that we can quietly fuck with her the way that we want to. And I'm like, no, not anymore. Once you know better, you do better. And this is a very sensitive and personal topic that I'm telling you guys, but I know it is to help. I don't care if it'll help one person. I tell you, putting myself on the line and put my business out on the streets is well worth it for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to end that right there. And I'm going to also say, I want to say, I know in the male community, NoFap can mean two things. Either you're NoFap, you're not having sex at all, you're not masturbating at all, but however, you got this different sector where it is, you're still having sex, you're still masturbating, but you feel like just because you don't have an orgasm or just because you don't leak semen out, it doesn't count. Bullshit. All it take is that action. That's all it take is that action, that activity. Like, there is literally men out here that knows how to have an orgasm without leaking any semen out. They train their bodies to do that, and they think that that's the same. No, it's different. As a matter of fact, you may as well go ahead and release your semen because you're wasting your time. Instead of calling it NoFap, you need to call it no leak. Just call it what it is. You still losing a bit of that life force energy. All of your life force energy is not in your seed. It's not in your nut sacks. Your spirit does not lie within your balls, boy. It's all throughout you. Therefore, when you're having sex with that woman, you are still at risk for sexually transmitted demons. And even more. We all know about the diseases and infection. No need to talk about that right now. You masturbate, you're still at risk for sexually transmitted demons. No matter if you hold in your precious little seed or not. So, don't think you are elevating yourself just because you're still engaging in sex without leaking your nut. That's just as bad. You're not doing anything but giving demons ammunition. Like, oh, you saved this nut just for me? Thank you, son. Hardcore truth. I know. I already know. I got somebody hot and bothered, pissed off, because this is not what they want to hear. But oh well, truth hurts. It was nice talking to you guys. Bye.